The Path of Discrimination. 2.8. Treatise on the Supramundane. 1. What ideas are supramundane? The four foundations of mindfulness, the four right endeavors, the four bases for success, roads to power, the five faculties, the five powers, the seven enlightenment factors, the eightfold path, then the four noble paths, the four fruits of asceticism, and nibbana. 2. Supramundane. In what sense supramundane? They cross from the world, loka tarantai. Thus they are supramundane, lokutara. They cross over from the world, loka utarantai. Thus they are supramundane. They cross over from off the world, lokato utarantai. Thus they are supramundane. They cross over from out of the world, lokama utarantai. Thus they are supramundane. They surmount the world. Thus they are supramundane. They quite surmount the world. Thus they are supramundane. They have quite surmounted the world. Thus they are supramundane. They are accepted by the world. Thus they are supramundane. They cross the world's end. Thus they are supramundane. They escape from the world. Thus they are supramundane. They escape from off the world. They escape from out of the world. They have escaped from the world. They have been let escape by the world. They have escaped from out of the world. Thus they are supramundane. They do not stand in the world. Thus they are supramundane. They do not stand on the world. They do not smear themselves in the world. They do not smear themselves with the world. They are not smeared in the world. They are not smeared by the world. They are not besmeared in the world. They are not besmeared by the world. They are freed in the world. They are freed by the world. They are freed from the world. They are freed from off the world. They are freed from out of the world. They are dissociated in the world. They are dissociated by the world. They are dissociated from the world. They are dissociated from off the world. They are dissociated from out of the world. Thus they are supramundane. They are purified from the world. Thus they are supramundane. They are purified from off the world. They are purified from out of the world. They are quite purified from the world. They are quite purified from off the world. They are quite purified from out of the world. They emerge from the world. They emerge from off the world. They emerge from out of the world. They turn away from the world. They turn away from off the world. They turn away from out of the world. They are not attached in the world. They are not captured in the world. They are not restricted in the world. They cut off the world, with the world cut off. They tranquilize the world, with the world tranquilized. Thus they are supramundane. They are not the way of the world. Thus they are supramundane. They are not the destination of the world. They are not the objective field of the world. They are not common to the world. Thus they are supramundane. They vomit forth the world. Thus they are supramundane. They do not return to the world. They abandon the world. They do not cling to the world. They disinvolve from the world. They do not involve the world. They bank down the world. They do not stoke up the world. They have surmounted and overcome the world. Thus they are supramundane. End of treatise on the supramundane.